The way I understand it is there was some type of breach, right? Somebody got into our network, or someone, or maybe an entity, right?
We were not attacked by some high school kid in his basement. We were attacked by a group from another country, professional cyber attack group that do this for a living.
Our technology team, they're very proactive, and they're able to kind of detect when there's some unusual things happening in our network.
And it noted lateral movement of a cyber attack going on in the whole network. Between 2023 and 2024, the number of reported cyber attacks went up 33% in 1 year. And that's the ones that were reported. That doesn't even mention the ones that people paid and kept quiet about.
But my understanding is it wasn't a user error on our end, right? It could have been. Like, there are always opportunities for people to click on something they shouldn't, but that's not what happened in this case.
So we have a cybersecurity insurance, and our insurance provider told me that they were working on 100 claims as we speak. Between 2023 and 2024, the number of reported cyber attacks went up 33% in 1 year.
Our own technology department decided to shut down the internet and shut down certain parts of our network to kind of mitigate what was happening.
And we weren't attacked by a person, it was a team of people. So once they found their vulnerability and got into our network, once they found a toehold as an administrator, then they spread like wildfire. And then the whole team of them jumped on and started jumping to different machines and running scripts and doing the evil things they do. It's a never-ending struggle, and one that we work at pretty much every day.
I'm sure the impact was felt in different ways. I think it depends on the course, like you mentioned. Our teachers are pretty resourceful. Like, there was a day and time where we didn't have access to all the wonderful technologies we have at our fingertips, right? Architecture courses weren't always taught on computers. I think, most of our classes have a nice blend of a use of technology and kind of hands-on in the classroom manipulatives to work through those materials. So I think, our teachers were able to adapt. I think some of the communication and accessibility, maybe some documents, was harder to get out to students.
The only way to get around it was if students used their Chromebooks, because they were able to use the Wi-Fi.
Some of the ways that I tried to work around it were using Chromebooks. Unfortunately, the software that I used doesn't work very well on the Chromebooks. We were kind of able to make do with them, but it was not ideal by any means.
The cyber attack impacted my class greatly.
Sure, everybody was impacted a little bit. Fortunately, because of our disaster plan in place, I don't think a whole lot of student data was lost. We didn't lose a lot of teaching time and learning time.
So the first few days when we didn't have internet via the desktops, we couldn't use the software. And we were at the point in the curriculum where we're heavily into the software.
I know from talking to teachers that the learning, wasn't interrupted. It wasn't the exact same thing they maybe would have planned.
It was 100% a big disruption to the learning environment. A lot of the projects that I do are on computers. We do a lot of 3D modeling. We do a lot of projects that involve hand drawing, 3D modeling, the computer's kind of all encompassing. So while for some of my classes it wasn't as large of a disruption because they were working on physical models, for some of my other classes, like my Architecture 3, their projects got completely wiped. We had to start over.
Over the years, we've moved away from Windows-based file services and things like that to cloud-based, and those services were unaffected. So most of my teachers that work from the cloud and from Google Space were able to just open a Chromebook from their Chromebook cart and continue work while we fix the laptops.
The software that we use is cloud-based, so for a few days we had to do alternative things, or basically non-software material in my class when we were in the middle of a project.
I've started using flash drives again. I had to teach kids how to use a flash drive, and where to plug it in and how to properly eject it. So that was a fun learning experience. Unfortunately, they weren't able to submit for the state competition because they did lose their progress, but they were still able to complete the project on time.
Turning things off ensures that no one can get in, right? Because the door isn't open.
I mean, everybody is fighting the same battle, so we actually work with a community of school districts across the state and across the nation, really, to bounce new attacks off of each other, to find new ways to protect ourselves.
They were able to adjust, and I think, based on their level of preparedness, we're able to respond very well.
Internet safety can be what you see on the internet. It can also be cyber attack internet safety.
Internet safety, I think, covers a lot of different topics that are important for maintaining just a safe online presence, right? It's making sure that you're aware of potential phishing scams, being aware of internet issues where there are people breaking the law, right? And you have no idea maybe they're attempting to do that.
Internet safety, as far as cyber attacks, phishing scams, ransomware, that kind of thing, really affects everybody, not just PHM, but your personal life, your banking, your family.
When I think about internet safety and children, just understanding what best practices are for use of technology, use of social media, use of computers, and understanding the potential consequences that could occur if misused. So I think it covers a variety of different topics.